and I'm gonna post in all my channels.
All the channels.
I just spam everything. I tweet. I post in 2 Slack channels. I haven't. Oh shit! I haven't updated my stream title yet. I'm so good at managing streaming.
Hey, it'll come with practice.
Oh no, I gotta mute this. Gotta mute this. Whew, there we go. If I don't mute the stream that I'm watching on my laptop, then it gives a sound loop where the same sounds keep going over and over the stream. Ooh, one of our games is starting. Let me get this title up and then we can go. What season is season 8? Episode 5? This is week 5, right?
Yeah.
Alright, welcome, lovely viewers. This is the week 5 coverage of Chess League TV. I am Quirked. Joining me is the lovely Something Pretentious. Say hi.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, hello, indeed. And today we're covering 2 games. I call this week the underscore special because every player has an underscore in their name. And we actually have one of the games has started. The game between Matt P14 and Lelouch v Britannia. So, Pretentious, do you have the game up?
I do not. That would have been a sensible thing to be doing, but no. As I was saying just before we went live, we'll get used to it.
We're not sensible people, and that's okay. I'm just working
Being
on...
prepared is overrated.
I agree. I'm just working on getting my windows open. If you could start putting moves in the study, I would appreciate it.
I will. We have E4, E5.
Oh, good. We know a lot about this.
Getting the knights out. Getting the knights out as well. I was playing some Hand and Brain yesterday and had a couple of E4, E5 games, so I'm pretty much booked up.
Yeah, I was going to say, you consider yourself an expert in all things E4, E5?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Good.
This is probably my go-to now. I'm gonna change things up.
You know, I actually have started to know a decent bit about this because I've been teaching. I've picked up some younger students. I teach a lot of 6, 7, 8-year-olds, and of course, what you teach them is you teach them E4, E5. So I've actually started learning some E4, E5 theory because I've had to teach it to my students.
That's good. That's useful. Yeah, I would imagine they're not getting as deep as we might get in some of these games.
Oh, of course not.
But yeah, some of the I know some of the main ideas. Like I've seen C3 D4 a fair few times.
C3 D4
just from watching your stream
is considered, I think, a little bit inaccurate. And let me go back. I think after knight f6, if you play d4 right away, the main line is you take, and then you have to give this check. This is really important. If you drop back, it's very, very passive, and white can really start to bully black with this move d5. And you can see that e5 is coming, and all your knights are going to run away, and white has this incredible center. So after c3 followed by an immediate d4, an important thing to realize is white has played d4 without castling. And this check is very, very annoying because you want to play this move knight c3, but that's a whoopsie there. So,
well, I'm taking knights.
So you have to play a move like this, and then I believe the main line considers takes, and white has a very strong center, so black has to break it with d5, and this is considered an equal position, as far as I'm aware.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
All this E4 knowledge that I'm dropping that I learned recently.
I know. You see in a lot of old master games, you get that kind of pawn storm in the center where the other person doesn't really know what's going on and they just get crushed.
Yeah, that's what happens when
it's beautiful to watch.
When black plays passively here and just drops the bishop back, because then there's nothing stopping all these pawns from annihilating you.
Yeah, should we show that just to, because a lot of what happens is you can push your pawns and then they get destabilized, and you've
Yeah.
overextended, and
So
then you have no central pawns.
my question to you is where would you like to put this knight?
Yeah, it's a good question.
Okay.
Okay.
May I suggest E7?
I mean, if I go here or here, it's gonna get chased again. So yeah,
Well,
that seems like a good place to go.
You at least are attacking
it does hit
this,
the bishop.
but I don't like.
It's not.
Maybe I just go
it's
bishop
on the edge.
d3. I just go bishop d3, protecting my pawn,
Yeah.
and then I'll go like knight c3, e5 or something.
Sure.
And I feel like your knight on a5. Actually, let's show this. After knight a5, bishop d3, I actually have a threat of b4, which traps the knight.
Nice.
So that doesn't seem correct.
And yeah, I don't even see how to stop that. How are you getting a flight square?
Yeah, I think this is a disaster.
I mean, maybe you just have to play this, but then you take it, but you've got a flight square.
Yeah, I mean,
that's horrendous.
Maybe I don't even take that. Maybe I just claim, like, look what you did to yourself.
Look what you've done. Yeah, that's horrible.
And I go like knight c3, and next move I'll play e5 and be like, your position is ridiculous. But yeah, so I think the only sensible move is after bishop b6, d5, you go back here. And now I just develop my pieces and protect this, knight c3. I don't want to go e5 right away, because that would hang this pawn.
Yeah.
But now I am threatening to play e5.
Oh, sorry. I was looking at the stream, and I was looking at the wrong point. Not the study. I forgot there was a lag. But yeah, definitely.
So I think black might be.
Hang on. You're not threatening to take this pawn, are you? Because the queen defends.
Threatening to take which pawn? Sorry.
You can just do this.
Oh yes, I missed the queen is defending this pawn. Oh, silly me. Yeah. So then this knight has to move, and all your knights have gone to ridiculous squares.
Yeah, I'd take white here.
I think I would as well. And guys, that might be a new record for the first missed simple tactic of the stream. That was like less than 2 minutes. It took me to miss a simple tactic. It's pretty impressive. So that's why in this position, white chooses the tamer d3, which I think is considered white's best try for advantage. You can maybe...
Yeah.
Can you castle in this position? I think maybe you can castle and get some like weird open Ruiz setups, almost.
Oh, doesn't that just...
Yeah, but you know...
Does that hang the pawn?
But some
you go back.
Sometimes those are okay. Like, you know, what if I go rook e1? No, I don't go rook e1. That would be bad. I'm hanging f2. But I'll do this thing. This is a thing sometimes.
It looks complicated.
I might be mixing and matching my e4 ideas too much.
I think this looks slightly dangerous, but I don't know. It could be playable. As I said before at the beginning, I'm not an expert in e4, e5.
Yeah, I think what Yago says in chat, which I know this is a line, is if you want to castle, you do it instead of playing c3. So you can castle here and instead of playing c3, and then here you would go like d3 probably. But this is all normal. d3, d6 castles. Here black plays a6. This is slightly different from the move order that I know. As far as I'm aware, black usually castles first, and then will play... He's only going to play a6 when white protects his e-pawn, because d4 isn't really a threat here. You just drop back and the e-pawn is hanging. But I don't see anything wrong with the immediate a6, because I don't think white can punish this move order.
Okay, so what happens if you don't play? Sorry, I'm missing the point. Why
So
is d4 a threat?
d4 is not a threat. It's just like one of White's main ideas. You know, controlling the center, breaking in the center.
Okay, sure.
So normally Black wants to meet d4 by retreating his bishop all the way back to a7, which is why this move a6 is played. It also gives Black a, you know, maybe I can play b5 at some point. It's an idea. Or
Okay, yeah, this a6 idea to hide the bishop away is quite prevalent in a lot of different openings. But yeah, okay.
And then I think another point of this is you sort of want to, once you drop back, you do want to play this common idea of going knight a5 and then c5. And you can't play c5 when your bishop's on c5. Because that's...
Not with that attitude.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm just not good enough, guys. I don't know what to tell you.
New variant, ghost chess.
Pieces go through each other. I checkmate you on like move. No, I take your queen on move one.
Oh, that reminds me. I did actually see. I can't remember whose idea it was. There's a variant called quantum chess.
Oh, that's so cool.
where
It's so confusing, but it's so cool.
Each capture has a 50-50 chance of happening. I believe that's the rule.
I thought it was. No, go ahead. Sorry.
I think that's what it is. And then, oh no, it's when there's a capture, isn't it? Oh god, I'm gonna have to look it up.
I thought it was. I thought each piece was 2 pieces, and then when you select a piece, then you find out what piece it's gonna move like that turn. So you put your hand on your piece and you're like, I'm gonna move this piece, and then you roll a dice to find out whether it's gonna move like a knight or like a queen.
Okay, I might have.
Maybe there's different kinds of.
I might be
quantum
thinking
chess.
of a different variant. Yeah, I remember watching a Chess24 video about it. I think I've just got the name wrong, perhaps. Anyway,
I don't know. I can't tell you. Let's catch up with the game here.
Let's carry on with the game.
Yeah,
slightly sidetracked.
White played b4, which is an idea here. Basically, White's just going to gain a whole ton of space on the queen side, and he gets to do it with time. So I guess that is one advantage of this move order with a6 immediately, is you can immediately drop all the way back instead of, say, if in this position I castle. After b4, I have to go here, and then after a4, there's actually a threat that needs to be addressed. So Black seems to gain maybe a half tempo here with his choice of move order after b4, because he can drop all the way back and not worry about it too much.
Yeah.
Here White plays
they don't have to play
a4.
Sorry, go ahead.
Castles and knight a3.
Okay, we've got a comment. I believe the main point of a6 is to hold off on castling, because if castles right away, White can play bishop g5 and h6. g5 can't be met by sacking the knight.
So what my understanding of these positions is after castles, bishop g5, h6, g5, you actually can't sack the knight, as far as I understand. Or, I mean, you can, but the position is roughly equal, because the point is this sack usually only works when White can play f4. But in this position, he's unable to because of the pin. So it was my understanding that this position is roughly equal. It is no advantage for White.
Okay.
I might be wrong about that, though. I'm open to the fact that that could be a wrong assessment.
No, I mean that makes sense. When you can't immediately pressure the knight,
and
it's
yeah, the problem with White's position is he can't really bring a whole bunch of fire to the attack of the knight. Like if you play queen f3, that's still only 2 attackers. I have enough defense. And how are you bringing another piece to attack that knight? It's really not simple. So, Black can think about moves like knight a5, in order to take this bishop off the board, and then you go queen e7 to e6 to break the pin.
Yeah, and then you're down material.
I mean, black's king is very open, which will give you lasting compensation. Which I think
it's double-edged.
Yeah,
maybe black uses those open files as well.
That's true. It is possible for maybe black to go things like rook h8 and go raw and checkmate you. But this was not played at all. Instead, after knight a3, do you have any ideas what the point behind knight a3 is?
I assume they're going to reroute via c2, although I'm not sure where to yet.
So I have an idea. I think after knight c2, the point might be to go bishop e3 and not have to take back with the f-pawn.
Yeah, that's reasonable, because that's a nice bishop that black's got.
Yeah, it provides some pressure on the king side at all times, and it also controls this really important d4 square. It makes it very difficult for white to play d4.
Yeah, so that's an interesting idea. I like that kind of slightly slower plan when you're reworking your knights around.
The other interesting thing I'm noticing is it might be possible for white to play this move b5, because the knight is another protector of b5. But I'm not sure how useful the move breaking with b5 is.
Yeah, it might be slightly premature, although do you take that? Do you just move the knight back, let's say, to e7?
So, say, like, if black does nothing, you're saying after b5 we just drop back?
Yeah, I'm not sure what white's threatening here.
That's an interesting point. I don't think white really wants to take, or taking him seems to provide little benefit. So that is valid. White's can't play b6 clearly, so this tension may favor black here because white doesn't really want to do anything to solve the tension.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't see an end goal to this.
I think
I think just keeping the space advantage you've got on that side is probably a better long-term plan.
That's sensible. I think in this exact position, bishop g5 might be a little bit annoying, just because you've sort of stacked these knights in an awkward way. But maybe you just go like knight g6 and h6, and you're fine.
Sure. In fact, I'd quite like to have my knight over there anyway, if it's not going to be on the queen side.
Yeah, because then you have ideas of like flying all your knights into f4. That's always fun.
Yeah, I think that's thematic, possibly.
I think so too.
Misremembering that.
No, that's definitely an idea in all e4 openings, because white in the Spanish. I know this isn't a Spanish, but white always tries to put knights on f5 and sack them and kill you. But black can do similar things if he really wants. He can bring his knights over to f4 and sack them and kill you.
Sure, yeah, it's a nice spot, nice little outpost there.
Yeah.
So we didn't get this in the game, I assume?
Well, black did not play the ridiculous king h8. Instead, he played h6, and this is sort of like a pseudo rule in these openings. If one side prevents the pin, the other side should prevent the pin. So white responded with h3, because if you are allowing yourself to be pinned and you don't have the opportunity to pin your opponent, that can be bad news for you. It makes your position a little uncomfortable. So after h6, white is a little bit obliged to play this move h3.
That's interesting that you say that, because I feel like it's a wasted tempo if the bishop hasn't come out. Because you can go for this h3, g4, if the bishop drops back, I suppose, in the situation we showed earlier.
If you...
So say white doesn't play this, white carries on with their plan, then we get this pin.
Mm-hmm.
What's the big deal?
You want to go h3, g4 here?
Maybe. Not necessarily. I mean,
you don't
I'm
have
just
to.
questioning what this.
Well, I would
Why
go
do we
here.
play it and move early? Okay.
And I think
Yeah, it is a bit annoying.
this is
With
annoying.
this bishop cut off.
Because if you go g4, I don't think this sack works, because again, for the same reason, I can't move my f pawn, which makes it hard to pressure the knight, and I don't have I don't have this move available to me because of course the square is controlled. But my idea was actually just to go bishop g6, and my point is I'm pressurizing e4 again, which makes it really hard to play d4.
Yeah, true.
And you also can't track down this bishop because I've... Hey, look, I played h6. I got a square.
Yeah, maybe I can just send my knight into f5 there.
That's possible. That's certainly possible. This position seems quite sharp to me.
Yeah, I can understand wanting to play h3.
I think it's just sensible, because now white's king side is a little weak. And maybe I will try to play something, long-term plans, something like g6, kick your knight out, and then go f5, or h5 even. h5 is always an idea with this sort of structure, trying to break down the king side.
Okay.
So I mean,
we play h3.
this looks playable. This does look playable. No doubts about it. And I'm not...
always a very double-edged situation where you've played h3, g4, or the reverse with h6, g5. It's sometimes you get a lot of space and you kind of win on the rest of the board, and sometimes your position collapses and you die horribly.
Yeah, the thing about this is white now has some space on the king side, but it's sort of like these are targets. It's like when black plays a6, b5 in the Spanish, white likes to play a4 and sort of go after this weakened chain. So the mirror on this side of the board is we play h5 and we try and weaken this pawn chain. And maybe we go like queen d7. We just try and pressurize g4 a whole time.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. So we actually had h3.
Mm-hmm. Black here went rook e8, which is interesting. It's sort of indicating that black's not really interested in a plan involving f5, is what that's telling me. I think Carlsen likes to play this move. Carlsen likes to play this move in conjunction with the move bishop e6. And then if white takes, Carlsen likes to take with the rook and avoid this double the e-pawn structure.
Okay, and is the idea behind that then to swing the rook over?
Not necessarily. A lot of times the rook just goes back. The idea is, basically the idea is either white is obliged to trade these light square bishops, and this is a good piece for the white player. So that is a small strategic success for black. Or the other point is, if after bishop e6, white opts not to swap, black usually plays the move d5, breaking in the center, because the bishop offers more support to the d5 break.
Yeah, that definitely looks uncomfortable.
And
in some scenarios, it's nice to have that rook backing up the e-pawn as well.
Mm-hmm. That's if you play d5 right away, especially if there's a rook on e1, the e-pawn can become very weak. So that's why after rook e8, rook e1 was played, lending some more support to his e-pawn. And now we're starting to think about playing d4. So we have sort of competing ideas of both sides are trying to take over the center with their respective pawn breaks.
Sure. It's interesting that white's kind of semi-sidetracked from their knight plan. So now their knight just looks a little bit strange on the edge of the board.
I agree with that. I don't like this piece. I think perhaps better. I mean, I don't know this system. I don't really know some of the ideas in this b4 a4 system. This seems like white is forfeiting the usual quick development they get in order to gain some space on the queen side. But it is possible here after castles to go in for a more normal plan of going rook e1 and bringing this knight around. That's still possible in this position.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, by the way, it seems that the other game is not going to go ahead.
It won't be played at all.
Not at the moment.
Oh, that's so sad. What happened?
A no-show.
A no-show?
Given that it's 20 minutes after.
Okay. Well, how about we pick up? There's a board 6 game that started at the same time of Moose Road versus B Sharp. So this will be fun. We're getting our both our normal league coverage and our bottom board bonanza to all at the same time. We're gonna have one board 2 game and one board 6 game. So give me just 1 second, stream. I'm going to be fixing the title card for the second game because we're going to change the players. It's Moose Road versus B Sharp. And Moose Road is really disappointing me because he doesn't have an underscore in his name.
Oh no, we're going to have to change the name.
I know. B Sharp. B Sharp's doing his job.
In the game we're looking at, we've had knight h5, so
interesting.
Possibly that idea that we were talking about of sending this knight into f4. Although at the moment, maybe white just takes that.
Yeah, at the moment I would probably take that.
I mean, that's a center pawn that's got sidetracked.
Yeah, exactly. And then I would take it and then play d4 almost immediately and say thank you for letting me take over the entire center. I always enjoy that. Hold on, I'm just getting my windows going for this Moose Road and B Sharp game. B Sharp and players. That's B Sharp again. Oh, did I get them backwards? It looks like, is B Sharp playing the white pieces? B Sharp is playing the white pieces. So my title card is backwards, but I'm sorry, you're going to have to deal with it. So let's go over and start checking out this game between Moose Road and B Sharp.
Wow, it looks very only
sharp.
On 13, but it's messy. It's very messy. Interesting.
I like messy. Messy gives us a lot to talk about.
Exactly.
So let's see what happened here. Probably e4, right?
Sorry?
Yeah. I was guessing it was an e4 game, just because a lot of either newer or less experienced players play e4 because this is what we learn. We learn to develop in the center and get all our pieces out really quickly, and e4 lets us do that really quickly. And we have a French and an advanced French. This is my kind of game. I can talk about this for days. This is all super mainline. Black is putting a lot of pressure on d4, and white is using everything to defend d4. And okay, black plays a really interesting line here. Black plays 5 knight h6. And this line is interesting. It's very, very interesting because a little bit more normal is to play queen b6, and after a move like a3 is one of the main lines here, preparing b4, then you go knight h6, and this is a normal position. And I'm not entirely sure of the differences of playing knight h6 immediately. Well, I am sure.
Perhaps the bishop can just cut that off, mess up the pawn structure straight away.
Yeah, the point is after queen b6, a3, knight h6, if you take here, we have this little in between move, which can be annoying. But even this is unclear. A lot of times, white can give the rook and say, I'm going to trap your queen in some like strange way. So even these positions can be unclear. But what some players will go for is after knight h6, what do we normally play here? I think a move like... No, I think it's what happens is you play b4, and then after takes, you can take here, because there's no more queen takes b2. And, you know,
Right.
This is a position.
Yeah, this looks quite good for white, I would say.
I think this position is very double-edged. I've actually played this line as black, and the point is, your strategic idea is you play bishop g7, you castle, and then you play f6. And you just put a ton of pressure on the center.
That f6 idea is very fun in the French.
Yeah, super thematic.
I've been forced to play it a few times in Hand and Brain. It can lead to some interesting scenarios. Yeah, I mean, black is a little bit ahead developmentally.
Yeah, so if black can like open up the center, he has the two bishops, and he's a little bit ahead in development, but his pawn structure is really, really bad. So, you know, that's the trade-off. There's a lot of imbalances in these positions, and that happens a lot in the French. We get a very imbalanced positions. So after knight h6, I'm not sure about the specifics of this move order, but I do know this is a real move order. Like, this is not a blunder from black. This is a real thing that you can do. I've never played it, so I don't know exactly what's going on. And here white played a bit of a strange move, I would say. They played bishop g5. And I'm not convinced by this move. Because I sort of want to play queen b6 anyway in this opening. And in fact, say I play queen b6, what are you doing?
Do you just go back and admit you made a mistake? Do you play b3?
If you go back and admit you made a mistake, I think you're in a lot of trouble. Because if you go here, I'll take and play knight f5.
It's uncomfortable. Okay, so we're not going back.
Well, yeah, here I think black is already better. I think black is like unquestionably better in this position.
Okay, I'll bow to your greater wisdom in this position.
Well, I just don't see what you're doing about the center. Like, this knight can't really go anywhere. There's pressure. I just feel like this is sort of...
What if we take the bishop, take the knight now? Can we still bail into that other variation?
You're going to be bailing into that other variation a tempo down, no?
Yes. How does that affect?
Well, it's interesting because the tempo that we used in that other variation was A3. So you can argue maybe A3 wasn't the most crucial tempo in the world. But here, I can just take this. I can also play this position, and I still have pressure.
Maybe this?
Mm-hmm.
Because then now you don't have that knight f5 move adding pressure.
Yeah, but now I'll go into my secondary plan, castle on f6.
Yeah.
But this is unclear. Perhaps this is still playable. Maybe
white's development does look a bit tricky.
But maybe I overstated when I said black is much better, because this is still unclear.
Yeah, I could definitely still lose as both sides.
I mean, but maybe the critical try is this one. But I think the really sharp response here is this sort of thing, and I wonder if this queen's coming out.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't make for exciting viewing with us just sitting here thinking, but it's difficult to get the queen out.
Like, my next move is going to be, well, okay, my next move is not going to be bishop b2. So okay, maybe
because that drops the pawn.
Yeah, let's go queen b3.
But then you'll drop the knight. So you need to play queen b3 and, well, I was gonna say maybe knight d2, knight f to d2.
If you're gonna do that, you really better be winning the queen, though.
Yeah.
So this is just a little uncomfortable for black. But maybe if he survives his discomfort, he'll come out alive.
We've got a comment. I'm not sure when this was said from Astana saying the bigger problem is queen takes b2 for black. So yeah, this line that we're looking at.
He was talking about the critical line here, where after bishop takes g6, you don't take here, you try this one.
Yeah, but I'm not seeing how we drop it either.
How you drop the queen?
Yeah.
Oh no, should we engine check?
I kind of want to.
Let's do it. Black is winning.
Okay, great. Good to know.
But not totally winning. But winning enough. So that was playable after bishop g5. You can go queen b6, and that causes white a lot of problems. But queen b6 was not played. Instead, the much less ambitious move, bishop e7 was played. And I really don't like this move. And the reason is, if I were white now, I would go, thank you. Because the whole point of this setup is to play bishop g7. And really...
Yeah, now that bishop's not pressuring. Although maybe you can still play f6?
The problem is, you probably can still play f6, but I would be very hesitant to castle here, with my bishop not protecting my king. Like, say white plays the move queen d2. Your bishop's not guarding this pawn anymore.
Yeah, and you're going to waste a lot of time if you drop back. This is uncomfortable.
So, like...
I'm always uncomfortable. No, well, that's just...
Like, this is something. But I don't know if it's good. But here, like, as white, I've solved my problems. So...
You can just be happy with a bit more space and erect king-side structure for black.
Yeah. Beyond the Mask asks, who are these guys commentating? I am Quirked. Who are you?
I'm something pretentious. We're just commentating these league games from the Lichess4545, and we both at times have played in the league. I'm currently playing has been a regular over the past few seasons. So chess enthusiasts. Let's say that.
We're nerds. Is another way of saying it.
Yes, I'll take that. A badge of honor. A badge of honor.
Absolutely. I wear it with pride.
Maybe getting back to the game, maybe white can just develop with bishop e2 and then think about bishop h5.
Yeah, I mean, I think white has plenty of pleasant options, but we're already up to move 20, so let's move along here. Bishop g5, bishop e7, and here white played queen d2. White did not choose to chop this off. So I think both players could be spending a little bit more time here. It's move 21, and the black player has more time than he started with, which I do not approve of. This is a long time control league, and to maximize your chance of winning, you should take your time, because then you make good decisions.
Absolutely, it's one of my my pet hates was when people play too quickly.
Yeah.
And in fact, we've got in the ledger, we've got the stat for most time left at the end of the game, and that should be a badge of shame if you get that. You shouldn't have. I mean, some people are finishing games with sort of an hour and a quarter left, and it's insane.
I can tell you that the black player in this game, Moose Road, has won that award at least once. So he's no stranger to blitzing. Queen d2, bishop takes g5, knight takes g5. This knight looks imposing, but it's not really doing anything out here. But maybe I can play like queen f4. But I just don't see how white is really breaking through with this knight. I think I would actually rather have this knight stay on f3.
Yeah, it's a bit of pseudo activity maybe. I mean, maybe you can just castle if queen f4.
The problem is you at least you had to take back, right? So the knight's gonna end up on g5 no matter what.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think. Well, I don't think either side should be looking to trade queens here.
I agree with that. Here, black undermined the center. Great, makes sense. And white, I think, blundered here. And this is important. If you're going to go on some like tactical operations, make sure they work. Because if they don't work, you're probably going to lose. So I would have loved to see, if the white player was thinking about embarking on tactical operations, I would love to see the white player take 10 minutes here and really think about them to make sure he's not going to lose. Because white played queen f4. And the problem with this move is that it carries no threat.
Yeah.
Because, yeah,
That knight's doing good work.
white's attacking it twice, but it's defended twice. So there's actually no threat here. Or, yeah, red defenders, good. So here, white is giving up material. And for really, it seems like not a good reason. Here, black did the sensible thing, and he said, okay, you gave me material. I'll take the material.
Yeah. Everyone loves material.
Yeah, I really love material.
And not even just a small, like it's a pawn, and a pawn's a pawn, but it's a central pawn, and it's stopping that d pawn of black's, and that's quite a significant one.
Yeah, I think black's main strategic idea in the French is to pressure d4. So if you give me d4 for free, then I'm like, thank you. I'll take it.
Exactly.
So here white played sensibly. He developed his pieces with a recapture. That's very good. Black developed his pieces. Maybe I would have just castled here, but maybe that's just me. I like castling. I like being safe. I would have.
Yeah, at the same time, I don't think there's a threat particularly.
I would have thought about castling and then playing f6 because my rook would be in line with your queen.
Yeah, that's interesting.
But you know, we develop our pieces. I can't complain. You took material and now you're developing your pieces. Sounds good to me.
Here's another idea. What if we were to play the immediate d4? Can we play that?
I'm not.
And I'm thinking we're going to have this idea.
I'm not a huge fan of this move. Although in combination with this idea, it's interesting.
Maybe white gets a knight in.
Yeah, that was
that nice little hole.
That was the only thing. Was I was worried about giving up this square, and I'm actually very worried about this move because that puts more pressure on f7. So if you go,
this is a beautiful outpost. Yeah,
exactly. If you go queen a5, I'm obliged to play something I don't want to play, like king d1. But maybe I don't play king d1. Maybe I go here and I say my knight on d6 will give me compensation.
And you can take and then take the pawn.
Oh, take on e5.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you want to take on e5 because now your king is coming out. But I guess this knight provides defense. This is probably very good for black. So okay, after your check, I'll go to d1. As much as I didn't really... Oh, but you can still take here.
Yeah.
So that was an interesting idea and probably good.
I do worry about this sort of disconnection from the pawn chain, but I think it might work in this position.
Yeah, here I think white is... Or sorry, black is doing very well. I would just play this move. And say, yeah. Let's trade queens. I'm up 2 pawns.
Yeah, give me that endgame.
Really? Give me that endgame. I'll win it. I'll win it every day of the week. So that's an interesting idea and probably a good one. Looking for the checks on white's uncastled king, because when your opponent's not castled, you want to punish them because they didn't castle.
Oh, here's another interesting idea.
You tell me.
If you play d4, what if you just castle?
That is interesting.
Still with this idea of getting that knight in.
Mm-hmm.
And saying, where's your extra tempo?
But can I go?
Can you go here?
I was thinking still to A5 actually, with
Okay.
similar ideas.
I was liking the idea that if you move this, then you get discoveries.
Ooh, yes. That's even better than my idea, I think.
I mean, now you get this for free if you want it.
You're sort of self-pitying here, though. I'm a little worried about that one.
Maybe you pick up the queen. Who knows? Where's that king gonna go?
B1.
But yeah, or you can always. Okay, let's say this.
Now, if this all feels a little shaky. Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, it's a fun idea.
Yeah, it is a fun idea.
In a 45-minute game, you've got a lot of time to explore.
Yeah, but this game is already in the end game, so let's.
We don't have the time to explore, unfortunately.
Yeah. Bishop d7, bishop d3. White's developing his pieces, sure, and now thematic French idea, knight f5. And the point is, we usually don't mind if this is taken. However, in this exact position, I think it's incorrect. And the reason is, if I take this, I actually get a free pawn here.
Yeah, I mean, there's still this idea.
But now I can go back. But this is an endgame that I can think about holding.
As white?
As white, yes. Before I was getting endgames where I don't even think I could possibly hold them. This one I'm like,
yeah, I mean, it's a doubled extra pawn. It's not a huge advantage.
I think black will have the advantage here just because of the bishop. The position's very, very open. This bishop will probably be a good piece. I'll put it on like c6 or something. But this is less clear than other lines we've been getting. So after knight f5, I would have snapped that thing right off. I have a feeling that's not what happened. God, move 34. How does this happen? Instead, okay, this is also a sensible move. White played the move knight b5. And this is another idea in the French. A lot of times black plays a6 to discourage this move. The idea is to jump into d6. And I would assume that black castled here. Yes. Castling seems like really the only reasonable move to me.
But that hole is covered by the knight at the moment.
Yes, so I think white's threat is to take and then immediately play knight d6.
Yeah, in which case I'd maybe be encouraged to just check the same idea and force the knight back.
To c3.
Oh no, it's pretended. It's protected. Sorry.
It's pretended.
It's pretended. It's protected.
Yeah. So here I have options. I can think about.
This does not work.
Well, it forces me to probably move my king. I might have to play a move like king f1.
Sure. Yeah, but then we're not going to be able to take this because we're losing the knight with check.
Ooh. Okay. That's a point. That is
maybe if we come up here, then we can take it and we could drop back if you do take the knight with check.
It's a little scary. And
yeah,
it's still not going to be good because so if I castle, if you take, I'll take this and then I'll take this with check.
Yeah, that's
and then I'll take this.
Uncomfortable. Yeah.
Although this is hanging. Unclear.
You can force the yeah.
No, because I'll play.
I think.
Take
that?
Where's my king going?
Has to go up here.
Yeah, that's not where I want my king going.
No.
Because if you do that, I'll take this with check.
Yeah, and this, yeah.
So okay, that fell apart real quick. So I think black has, for a couple moves here, ignored the possibility of a check. And that's bad, because you have to look for checks. That's what every school teacher teaches. You look for checks, captures, and threats.
The Holy Trinity.
And here, he's not looking for checks, captures, and threats, and that makes me sad. Instead, black castles. I can't be too sad about castling, because castling is a very sensible move. And the point is, now this doesn't really accomplish a whole ton. It's not like doing a lot. It's still a nice square, though.
It's still got some nice pressure. So maybe if we're, but then say we're taking here, it's nowhere near as good. This bishop's.
Oh, so instead of taking, this is where we got. Oh god. Instead of taking here, this is where we got g4.
Yes.
And this is an idea in the French. You play g4 to kick this knight away. And I'm not sure about the game move. I might have... Well, here's the issue.
Ooh, this could be really fun. Sorry.
This is getting really sharp.
If we move this away, and we take there...
Take there. No, we don't.
But that's the knight's protecting it though. Yeah.
But then we go knight d6.
Yes.
And I don't know what's happening. Something's happening.
Yeah. Do we go here? And then we lose this, but it's not a huge deal. In fact, that drops the knight. Oh, no, it doesn't.
So queen e7.
No, it doesn't. Oh, this is complicated.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that queen e7 move, but God, I don't know. I have defenders here.
You have two defenders.
So I'm actually okay here. Let me show. If I play a nothing move, after takes, I'll take this, and my point is I'll grab the bishop on the back end.
H4? Oh, and then the pawn's dropping. Yeah, it's a bit too slow.
Yeah, what was your idea behind H4? Just go H5, H6? Yeah, that's slow.
Yeah.
That's the definition of slow. I mean, I'll play Queen E8 if I have to.
How about...
Yeah.
Still Queen E8.
Do you honestly believe... Oh, God. My computer's restarting in 15 minutes, maybe.
Postpone it.
I don't...
yeah, I do not believe this attack here.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So, but this is very sharp. And we have to start thinking about... I mean, if I really want, I can play this move.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy here as white.
I'm not sure I am.
Now I would go for the H4.
But I'm looking.
Is that check concerning you?
Well, this check is maybe annoying. I'm also looking at combinations of these moves. Trying to pick off these pieces. Like, if you play H4, I was thinking about playing this move.
Ooh, that looks really dangerous. Okay, I'll take it. You take here, I assume.
I'll take that, and I'm on him. That's a thing.
And then...
Yeah, that's...
I mean, this is pretty matey.
And I don't have F6.
No, if F6, you just have this.
That's what I wanted. I wanted F6, but that's not gonna work. Okay, I got myself mated. I'll admit it. I would go Queen A5 check and pray that something happened.
Perpetual.
But yeah, I'm getting mated here. So I blundered mate. Good for me.
But still, H4, you don't take, but maybe you do just come out with this.
Yeah, and this is annoying. But this is very complicated, and none of this happened in the game, so we should go back. After g4, knight did not go to a6, knight went to h4, which seems incorrect.
Maybe they're hoping that they can play knight to g6?
No, they're hoping to play knight to g2.
Oh, that's a thing. Yeah.
That's a cheapo and a half. But I'm wondering what happens here.
Yeah, well, that's forced. But then the ooh, do I take? No, I have to take this.
You don't. You don't have to.
Do I take with the rook?
You can.
I
well,
think
here
I prefer this.
Oh, I've pinned myself. I didn't even realize.
Yeah, and there's this threat still.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. I didn't realize what I had done. So yeah, this is very complex. I think
I would probably take this, and then after here, then this. Oh, that drops the knight. That's not good either.
So White did something sensible here. After knight h4, I'm gonna just promote this really quick. After knight h4, they just played rook g1 and said, no.
I see that.
None of this. Okay, the game's over.
Well, we'll catch up.
Knight
no spoilers.
Knight b4. Why?
I mean, this is loose.
Yeah, but it's going to take h7. I was going to do that no matter what next move. Like, come on, we got to look for our opponent's checks, captures, and threats. Like here, I think a move like g6 was in order.
Yeah, well, that's also scary.
Or maybe h6. Okay, I'll go h6.
Yeah, I prefer h6.
Well, I'll just go h6 and say, like, what are you doing? Although I'm worried. I'm honestly worried about this move.
Really?
Yes.
Are we not playing? I don't know. Let's say g5.
g5. I was going to go knight f6 check.
Okay, just king up.
Yeah, but I don't. Now you've played g5. Would be my argument.
Can't fault you, but.
And now I would just drop my queen back somewhere. Probably this square, so I don't get fucking checked for the millionth time. Okay. Probably to. Oh God, what a mess.
Somewhere else.
I'll guard this pawn.
Oh no, that doesn't work either, because then you take. And
yes.
Then you still get this.
So, but after you take, I'll come up with something. Oh God.
I kind of. Oh, and this is now hanging as well.
And you have a threat of going here twice.
I feel partially responsible after playing g5.
God, what just happened? g5 was a good move. I wasn't counting on this one, I'll be honest. There's a lot of things that are wrong with my position.
This knight, although it's normally rim is dim, is actually fantastic.
It's providing you with so many tactical opportunities on f3.
It's so restrictive.
I really wish I had castled at any point.
This is why castling's important. Take notes.
But okay, knight b4 happened. Knight b4, yep. And now the other knight came into d6. We're starting to have threats on this square. I don't know. As black, can I make any trickery work? Maybe queen a5.
Queen a5. Can I just
Queen
take here?
I'll take it.
Okay. Show me your discovery. Show me your discovery.
Which one do I want?
This is actually. I think this is quite nice. Bishop coming in as well.
Yeah, but you're gonna go queen h5. If I don't do something.
Okay, but where am I going?
King d1. Like I'm asking, do you have time to take the rook?
Oh no, I wouldn't take the rook.
Yeah, but if you're not taking the rook, I don't know what you're doing.
Trying to checkmate.
Yeah, I'm saying I don't think that's possible.
I would agree.
That's
Yeah.
why I was thinking maybe about this more central check. Although I don't know what I've really accomplished. That's unclear to me.
I mean, this is probably dangerous, but just for the sake of argument, yeah.
That one.
Let's go the other way.
Oh, no, that's hanging.
I'll just take that. Yeah.
I'll take this
You
way.
could take the other one. Yeah.
My point is, if you ever show up here, I will throw this check, and then I might be mating.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. But then this is also
with check.
This knight's doing quite a nice job.
Yeah, as soon as my queen gets in,
this is pretty uncomfortable.
I don't know what's happening. I have literally no idea what's happening here.
What about queen takes g4, knight f3? I'm not sure at what point that was.
I think
queen takes g4.
No, I think the idea was queen takes g5. I think that's a notation error.
Okay.
Maybe when the queen was the only defender of the knight. So let's look at it. There was a knight h4, rook g1. Oh, going queen takes g5.
Ah, yeah, classic. That's very nice.
Hello. Yeah, that's very nice.
The point being, of course, the fork that we showed earlier. Good old family fork. Oh, that's a good tactic.
Yeah. So
was this in the game?
No. Oh well, this position showed up in the game. Yes.
Yeah,
after rook g1,
we could have had that.
Black could have taken here, but that. I don't fault Black for missing that one. That's a rough one. Although you should consider it. It's a capture. And here,
I don't blame them. I don't blame them, but it's very nice, and that's the kind of thing that wins a game. I mean,
yeah, it wins a game on spot.
You're up a piece in exchange, not an exchange, but the king is terrible for white.
Yeah, this would win the game. And after knight b4, this showed a lack of understanding of the check's capture's threats because you A, didn't analyze this capture, and B, you didn't look for your opponent's threats. Okay. My computer is really insisting on this restart. So I'm going to restart in 5 minutes no matter what. There's nothing I can do about it. So I'm going to go offline for 3 minutes, and we're going to restart, okay?
Okay, see you in a few minutes.
There's nothing I can do about it. I'm very sorry.
Please bear with us for technical difficulties.
Not even technical difficulties. Windows update. There's nothing I can do about it. Okay. I'm going to type in chat really quick.